Hello, everybody.
Hello.
We are recording the morning of releasing this. So you probably noticed that this didn't come out at 6 a.m. EST.
Yeah.
But we're here now. We're here for you.
Yeah. We're here. Life happens.
Yeah, it all happens.
It's summer now. So, things get so all over the place in the summer.
Yeah. I think I might have to... Hang on. I need to pause because I need to go close the door because
Oh, true. We didn't think about that.
city noise is getting at us. And
Jack's
also...
like, I'm telling you.
I told you ahead of time. Okay, 1 second. We'll be right back. Hi, sorry about that. I think we have it fixed.
The door is closed now.
The door has been closed.
Yes.
That feels like a really good metaphor or like a really good saying for like when you're just like tired of someone's shit.
The door has been closed now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Really appreciate everything that you've done. Michaela, how are you? What's going on? Tell us about your life.
I'm okay. I mean, I haven't done a whole lot. We were out of town last week for some family stuff, and then I just worked a couple days. Enjoyed outside.
Nice.
Yeah. I just like being outside for like hours on end, so
Yeah, I feel
that's
that.
usually what
I totally
do.
feel that.
Yeah.
Fernando and I went yesterday to, well, I really wanted to go for a walk.
Mm.
Like I just wanted to like go outside, right?
Yeah.
And we were going to go for an evening walk, but then I was like, but if we go for an evening walk, then like our evening plans kind of get like shifted
Yeah.
in a way. And so I was like, can we go for an afternoon walk? And he's like, yeah, sure. And I was like, let's go to A&C Games on Spadina just to go look at like video games and stuff,
Yeah.
right? And Fernando's in the midst of like redecorating his space.
Mm-hmm.
So he bought like shelving, pictures, and like frames for all of this stuff. And I was like, oh well. And he said that he wanted to buy something specific. I can't remember exactly what it was. But that meant that, oh, well, we don't have to go to ANC Games. Like, I didn't want to go there for anything in particular. There's nothing.
Just a destination to walk
Exactly.
to. Yeah.
Yeah. So instead, we went to the Home Sense that's on Spadina.
Okay, fine.
That Home Sense slaps,
Yeah, it does.
right?
It's a good one.
I feel
It's
like
one in the basement, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I feel like that one needs to be like a Winners and Home Sense split though,
Mm-hmm.
because Home Sense is very like, well, it's home decor and like blankets and pillows and
Yeah.
right. But I feel like they need that like weird section of like electronics and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because sometimes Winners and Home Sense have like their electronic section like pops off.
I know. Yeah. And they're starting to get, I mean, yeah, like when we spoke last time, the like Dyson that they started selling.
Yeah, let's talk about Dyson for another 35
Right.
minutes. Okay?
Right. So Bianca's friend or her aunt's friend or something works for Marshalls.
Mhm.
And she messaged me this morning and she's like, they found the air wrap. Do you want that one too? I was like, no, I don't want the air wrap. But if anyone wants an air wrap, go to Marshalls. Yeah,
That's
but
so
they do
cool.
have some fun things.
I was at Winners that's closer to us on Friday, I think it was. I just popped in for like a quick candle smelling sesh.
Yeah.
Like nothing special.
A quick hello.
Quick hello. Say hi to the brands. What's going on? Hey, baby. Kiss, kiss. And they had outdoor like lighting, like balcony lighting, kind of like the Christmas lights type
Mhm.
of thing. But they were like the LED strip lighting, and they were by the brand Monster, which I assume is the same brand as like that Monster
Headphones and
had
stuff.
Beats.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah.
So I was looking at them and they're outdoor, they're for all seasons. And I was like, wow. And like good for all temperatures. And because
Mhm.
it's LED, you don't really have to worry too much about like it messing up,
Yeah.
right? Um, and it was only like $17 and it was like 17 feet
Wow.
of lights. I was like, that's incredible. And I kind of like peeked into the box to like see like what kind of material it was.
Hmm.
And it was like that thick rubber that like the Philips Hue light strips are.
Oh, nice.
The only thing is that it wasn't like smart. So
Hmm.
um
You have to physically turn them on. Ew.
well there was a remote. But I was like, oh, that would be really cool for like for balcony lighting because we have
Yeah.
Christmas lights on ours right now,
Yeah.
but we can't change that to like a summer vibe,
Yeah.
or a Halloween vibe.
It's Christmas all year round in this house.
It really is. It really is.
Mhm.
I love our balcony so much more now that I've like cleaned it off and
Yeah. It gets gross real fast.
holy moly, does it
Yeah.
ever. I went out there yesterday because I was repotting my plants. Because I was like, gonna doll it up a little. And when I went out there, I was like, it originally started with me taking Jack out there so that I could brush him because
Yeah.
he's been shedding
Like
like a mother trucker.
crazy. Yeah.
Because it's so flippin' hot in the apartment for him that he's losing all of his like keep me warm fur.
Hmm.
So yeah, I took him outside to start brushing him and I realized that like it's so dusty and dirty out there again after I just washed it like with
Hmm.
soap and water.
Yeah.
And so I went out there and I started sweeping and then I thought I should repot my plants. And so I did that. And the balcony was disgusting. Like
Yeah.
it's so dusty.
I know. And I don't know how to like actually clean it without making everyone mad
Yeah,
because they're always mad.
everyone's always mad.
Yeah. Everyone's always mad about something.
That's just a thing in this world.
It's just a thing. I just gotta get used to it. Everyone's mad.
That's right. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much like my week recapped.
Yeah.
Quickly for like everyone who's listening, Michaela and I haven't seen each other since the last recording. Like
Yeah.
like we live together. Our bedrooms are about 12 feet apart, like entrance to entrance. And she has been gone the entire time. So,
Well, it makes no sense to keep coming back. I guess that's the issue of having a girlfriend that lives on the far end of the West End because it
mhm,
takes so long to get back here
yeah, true.
unless I'm constantly renting a car.
Yeah,
So it's like, ugh, whatever.
that's fair.
Just live my life as a West End girl for now.
Do you like being in the West End?
I do. Yeah.
Would you say that you like it more than being on like East End?
I think so. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
There's just more happening in that area right
Oh,
now. Like we're just very underdeveloped right now.
true.
Like if you wanted to go out and go for a coffee somewhere, like it's right there.
Okay,
There's
yeah.
nothing really here.
Hmm.
So like we'd have to basically walk into like
I feel like that's what I really enjoy about our area though, is that like
mm,
it's a little bit less developed. Um, but that also means that there's a lot less people that are just around.
mm,
But I will say though that like as soon as it starts getting warm outside, the sidewalks are packed
yeah.
with like um tourists from other parts of Toronto.
Hmm. There's just a lot of construction happening in this area right now.
Hmm.
Even with like the highway, like they're constantly like fixing something on the highway. Um, like I like both. It's just more developed.
Yeah.
Especially if you want to like go out and get a coffee and like pick up some groceries for the night. Like there's markets on Rouncy and then you can like walk to High Park and
Yeah.
you know, it's
Um,
just a cute summer
Vibe.
day. And it
Yeah.
feels warm. Here it feels a little more like industrial.
Mm. Does that make me industrial? Am I an industrial girl?
Yeah.
Maybe. Um, that's fair.
Yeah.
Fernando and I were actually talking, and he said, I actually wouldn't mind like living in the beaches. And I was like, that's really far east. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, but how often am I downtown? How
Mhm.
often do I do anything downtown? When I have to go to office, like that's a different story.
Yeah.
But um, in the at the time, or if we do like go that direction and I have to come to work like to go to office, I could always ride a bike. Like I
Yeah.
could do that again.
Did you know that it's cheaper in the East End because of the way the sun rises?
It's cheaper
Yeah.
in the east because of the way the sun rises.
Yeah. So it
Do tell.
rises. Oh, if I can remember how she explained this to me, it rises from the west.
No, rise in the east, set in the west.
There's something to do with when you're driving to work, it's dark. When you come back from work, it's dark. Like the way that the sun and the hours of work,
Okay, yeah.
you're in
So like,
darkness basically when you leave and you come home.
oh,
Versus the west, you wake up to the sun. You like it sets later in the west.
wow.
Mm.
I didn't think that that would be a thing in a city. I could
Mm-hmm.
see it in a country,
Yeah.
but a city, wow. That's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I could have it my way, I would have a window that faces west.
Yeah.
South, I would say southwest. That's the way to go because then you get like all day sun and then evening sun.
Yeah. The beaches are nice. It's just a lot of families.
Yeah,
It's more of a family dynamic. Like
which
when I
is
used to work in at the bulk store, like it was a lot of
yeah, seeing that like that wouldn't
moms with
bother me.
homework.
I feel like um the family environment would probably be a little bit more enjoyable than uh the 20-something-year-olds that are getting Airbnbs in your neighborhood to go
Mm,
party in downtown. Like
yeah.
that's just not it for me anymore.
You're an old man now.
And that's totally fine with me. I love it. Being an old man just means I've had enough.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing about having enough is that when you get less, you're happier about it, you know?
Yeah.
I went somewhere, I think it was on Saturday. I went to Shoeless Joe's on the waterfront there,
Mm-hmm.
like right by, what is it called? Amsterdam Brewery?
Yeah.
I guess that might be like the more identifiable location.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but we were there and we were sitting on the patio and the amount of people walking by, and I was just like, I'm so distracted just staring at people walking.
Yeah.
Uh, and it takes you out of conversation with the person that you're like supposed to be conversing with.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah.
kind of fun to people watch sometimes.
Oh, all people watch all day long.
Yeah.
I think that's why I served for so long.
Mm-hmm.
It's because it was literally people watching
Yeah.
and serving.
Are you doing anything fun for Pride?
Well, we were thinking about getting a table and coming to see you.
Fun.
Yeah. So I don't know, is that like a reservation based kind of thing?
No. Oh no.
No, show up,
Yeah.
do your thing.
I mean, daytime will be easy. Well, I only work day shifts because I've given up on that nightlife because I just can't.
You're an
Uh,
old lady.
no, here's my theory. Okay.
Don't defend this. You called an old man.
I have a theory though. It's because I don't like to have to deal with drunk people.
Mhm.
So my theory is you just do the reverse. You serve drinks to the nice people who are happy in the morning
Mhm.
and who are just starting their day and
Yep.
they're having a great time and they're happy the sun is out. There's not too many people out yet. It's
Yeah.
not too hot yet. And then they get grumpy as the shift goes on. And then at 5 o'clock, I leave and I say, bye,
Yeah.
pay your bill.
You set them up to
I
party.
set them up for success and then let the night staff deal with the aftermath.
Yeah, the debauchery.
Yes.
Yes.
And then I get to, like, it's more of a regular schedule.
Yeah.
You know, I'm up at 9, home by 7. Like, if I want to go out somewhere, I still can.
But if you've had enough, you can
I
get
can
out of
just
it.
go home. I can go to a park or I can go to like a restaurant on the like West End, somewhere that's not close to
Yeah.
the busyness of downtown. But
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what I always liked too, because I worked the first two prides that I did work nights, and that was like
Or late.
Starting at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and working until like 5 or 6 in the morning
Mm-hmm.
because like the cleanup was insane.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And for the amount of money that you're making, like, yeah, sure, you're making significantly more money, but it's also like the amount of work and stress that goes into making that money that it's like, was it worth it? Not really, especially for the locations that I worked at. I
Mm-hmm.
do know that there are other people that work in the village at other bars that are like clearing upwards of $1,000 a day.
Yeah.
Like
Mm-hmm.
the money's there, but where I was, because I was more of like a pub or a bar restaurant type of mood,
Yeah.
um, I wasn't making that kind of money. I also didn't bartend during Pride.
I spoke to some people last Pride. Was it last Pride or the one before? I think it was before COVID. And the server was making, yeah, like over $1,000 a day.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh my God.
yeah. So like for people who are talking like, oh my gosh, you must be making so much money working Pride. Like, yeah, some people are, but there are a lot of people working Pride that are making like next to nothing or regular.
I think I think this is what people need to understand though is yes, it's insanely busy,
Hmm.
but with crazy busy, we have so much more staff on.
Yeah.
So just say a Monday night, okay? A busy patio today, Monday night. There's only going to be two of us there
Hmm.
versus a Pride Monday, you'd have extended patio. So you'd have at least four servers plus two bartenders plus three bussers,
Hmm.
and then you're splitting all that. So it's really not
And more
that
often than
much
not, your
different.
section is actually made smaller
Yeah, because
because
you can't,
keep
there's
up
no
with,
way. We know it's going to be busy. People are going to be wanting their food, their
yeah.
drinks. Like, yeah,
So instead of giving you like an 11 table section, you're now down to a 6 table
yeah,
section and you're able to give better service to those 6 tables.
yeah,
Yeah. And the thing too, with like the amount of people that are being brought in for the Pride shift, um, you're tipping them out, right? So like the bussers, there's 3 bussers. So you have to tip out 3 bussers.
hmm
And then there's 2
hosts.
bartenders. Yeah, exactly.
There's
So like
hosts too.
there's there might be more money coming into your pocket, but there's also more areas for money to be coming out of your pocket.
Hmm.
So again, a lot more busy, a lot more stress, but the money doesn't like account for
Yeah, I think
much.
at the end of the day last year, like it was a little bit more,
Yeah.
but it really wasn't
Yeah, it was like an
significant.
extra maybe 1, 2, maybe $300.
Yeah.
Like maybe.
Which I was happy with that because I felt supported with the shift that I had.
Oh yeah. I
Um,
would much rather work a Pride shift, feel supported, and have fun
mhm.
with the Pride festivities than working purely just for the money.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
think that's where I'm starting to grow up now. Actually, I was never really a super money hungry person though. Like money's great, but I wouldn't like work myself to the bone just to.
So if you have any extra, can I just have it then? Is that the way
Sure.
that works?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've started you a trust fund.
Oh, okay,
No,
well,
I'd
Kat, you're
rather
the
work a good
best.
shift and be like, that was good and I feel happy
Hmm.
instead of like, that was the worst shift of my entire life,
Yeah.
but I made
I have
money. Like
blisters.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't do that anymore.
Not about that life.
Mental health
Yeah. Good vibes only.
matters. Yeah.
Good vibes
I can't
only.
believe it's already almost June.
I'm so. I woke up this morning and walked outside and saw that it was 20 degrees and felt that it was 20 degrees. And I was like, finally. And I think that because we were texting about this too, where it's like
Mhm.
waking up early, like I can't sleep past 8 o'clock in the morning for some reason now.
Yeah.
It might be because last week I was like waking up at 6 every day to like, I had to speak on panels and then I was going to an event and like first thing in the morning. So I think that might have like reset my sleep schedule.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, like waking up early in the morning and being able to like feel the morning sun heat is like, woo, love it.
It's also, I mean, this is where it goes to show like we're getting older. Um, it's nice to just get up early and then like you have so much time.
Yeah.
Do you ever like
Yes.
get when we used to like serve and get up at like 12 or 1 o'clock and you're like, I can't do anything because I have to work in like 4 hours. Even though 4 hours is a long time,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, well, I'm just gonna sit here and watch TV because what am I gonna do in 4 hours?
Well, yeah, but also like you don't want to go and do something
Yeah,
knowing that you have to go and spend 8 to 10 hours
on your feet and
on your
gross.
feet.
That's why I have such an issue like walking or biking to work. But like I want to bike, but you get to work and you're so gross already, and then I'm like, ugh, I feel
Yeah,
like have a change of clothes. I'm
yeah.
sticky and
Also,
gross.
my bike share got canceled, just so you know.
Really? Oh
Yeah,
no. Oh,
because
because you
my
didn't use it.
my credit card expired, and they're like,
Oh,
and I paid for it up until September,
true.
but I don't want to renew it. So just so you know, it's not going to work.
Mm, that's okay.
Contemplating whether or not I should renew it, but
Well, I
like
have the card. Would it still work?
no, because like I'll scan it with the app, and it doesn't let me have one.
Mm,
So yeah,
I can just get a new one and always give you the card.
I might just
We
do
can
like
flip
the
flop
like
it.
rental thing, like set up an account where I can like scan it, and it'll charge me for the bike rental that time.
The only thing that sucks with that is that it charges you a $20 hold every single time you do that. It's really annoying.
Yeah, but I have a high limit on my credit card.
Fine. They've actually changed it though. Now you can rent it out for 45 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. I'm hoping that
I
one
feel like
day
they've
it'll
been
get to an
talking about that for
hour.
years, or maybe we've been asking for it for a
We've been
while.
asking. I want it to get to an hour.
I really need to call. Uh, I need to call and like figure all that out. You ever feel like when you have responsibilities that you really need to tend to, but you're like, I just can't bring myself to deal with that right now,
Yeah, like my whole life, basically.
right? Okay, for instance, okay, I need, and this is like maybe a TMI or like a little bit too much of a personal thing, right?
Tell us.
Tell us, we're listening. Um, but like I need to look for a therapist,
Yeah.
but I don't know how to look for a therapist. And then also the whole rigmarole of like feeling it out and like, is this the right therapist for you? Or like creating that relationship with the person where you feel comfortable enough to be able to tell them everything.
Hmm.
And it's kind of one of those things where you're like, well, if I haven't started it, that means that I don't have to stress about doing it. But I'm just stressing myself out because I know that I have to do it. Like,
I like finally booked a session.
mm-hmm.
Okay. And like had it booked for a day because it was pretty busy up until then. And then of course the day that I was supposed to go in is when like we had a family like emergency that happened.
Oh,
And then I had to cancel it. I was like, oh, I took
oh,
so many good steps. And
no,
so,
thank
and
you.
Siri
That's,
thought I did good too. Um, and then I canceled it.
oh, did they charge you for it?
No, I
Okay.
canceled far enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's even like the same thing with like going to the dentist and like going to
Hate going to the
like
dentist.
thank God when it comes to like dentists and hair appointments and like that kind of thing that they book you so far in advance that it's like, oh, I know that on like July 18th is my next cleaning. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like that's so far in advance that I'm like,
I hate going to the dentist. And I keep getting texts saying, you have to book your dental cleaning. And I'm like, ugh, it's a scam. You're just going to make me have to fill more cavities.
I I don't know. I'm looking because I have to go on the 31st, but it's at 8 o'clock in the morning. And the only thing about going to the dentist that I'm really not like pumped about is that I'm gonna have to tell them that I haven't been flossing twice a day because I don't floss twice a day.
Yeah.
I floss
They know.
when I remember, you
Like,
know?
I actually was on a good tooth care routine when I was using my flosser,
Uh-huh.
but that's just too hard to bring everywhere. This is
Mm,
the thing with living basically in two different places. You fall off a routine real quick because you can't bring all said things with you to the
yeah,
other side of town.
yeah. But I mean, in like to your point, but also to defend you, it's also the same thing with like having just two places in general,
Hmm.
right? Like me staying at Fernando's, like I don't have any clothing there.
Yeah.
I think I have like 6 pairs of underwear that like, and I think 4 of them are garbage. Like
Yeah.
they're not, you know, your boy's gained a little bit of weight since he first started seeing Fernando and
It's like,
like,
I got you underwear. You're like, none of it fits.
yeah.
But
I'm
at
like,
least if you're like,
I'm
hey,
like
we're going to go for
medium.
dinner tonight, you can be like, okay, I'm going to pop over and get ready real quick.
Yes.
If if she said, "Hey, we're going to a really nice restaurant tonight," I'd be like, "Does it fit the attire of this one outfit that I have?" Because we cannot go, like, I'm not going home.
And you don't like, why don't you bring or keep anything
I
there?
do have stuff there, but it's just if I need to come back here, like, it's such a circle that I need to come back,
Oh
right?
yeah, I realize, but
I do have stuff there, but it's more like just
everyday life
casual.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
got it.
simple,
Yeah. Like you have your own
simple things.
toothbrush.
Like I have to bring my makeup back every time because I need it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, toothbrush, like that kind of stuff I need to constantly have. But then I have work stuff on top of it.
All right.
So it's like I need to have my work clothes clean. So I need to either bring stuff there or do laundry there. Like it's
Yeah.
a whole thing.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
Like I was saying too, is like with Fernando's place, like I don't have anything there. And like he doesn't even have a lot here. And the funny thing is like um when if we do want to do something, it's like we have to part ways and to go and shower.
Hmm.
And I guess like I'm just really looking forward to the day that like when we do live together that I'll wake up and shower in the morning and like all of my life is there and I don't
Yeah.
have to like be like, "Oh man, I forgot this."
Hmm.
Or like, "Oh, I have to bring more of my face soap here because, like that type of stuff."
Yeah.
So yeah.
Or like computer, because I have to track my computer back and forth because I'm still in
Oh,
school. And
the
it's just annoying.
electronics. I
Yeah.
know. I
Yeah.
totally feel that. Because how often are you at their place? Like I say there as in like a partner's place, and you're thinking to yourself, I should really look that up. And I'm not like everyone else where I'm just like I can't just like go on my phone and like do
Not that kind
research.
of
I
girl.
enjoy having a laptop screen
Yeah.
to be able to like see things big. And I'll take my iPad over quite a bit just to like have it for those moments. But, like yesterday when we were hanging shelves and hanging pictures and like Fernando was doing all like the moving stuff around so that it like uh feng shuied for him or
Hmm.
he wasn't doing feng shui, but like
Feng shui.
the way you like it.
Yeah.
Um and I was thinking, I was like, you know what, this would be a really great time for me to actually connect my headset to my computer and start like playing around with streaming
Hmm.
setups and like understand it and like figure it out because today I would like to start. Um, but none of like my laptop and like nothing was there. And I was
Hmm.
like, maybe I'll just watch TikTok
How come you didn't just run across the street to get it?
because I didn't want to. Well, I didn't want to come back here and get Jack excited because
Yeah.
Jack's been by himself for quite a few days
Yeah.
now.
He was pretty happy actually last night.
Yeah, I know. I feel bad for him. I need to give him a bath to like cool him off, I think.
Yeah. He was good. He was on top of me, snuggling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's his hair? Is he shedding quite a bit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. He
A
just
little
got like
bit. Yeah.
majorly brushed yesterday, so
Hmm.
just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so we're like already 30 minutes in.
Yeah.
So, I just want to talk about a topic that like just kind of makes me laugh because I think like unless you talk about this, uh, you might think that you're like strange or something's wrong with you, and I guess it's just kind of it's it's a conversation that's better out than in. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I want to talk about intrusive thoughts,
Hmm.
right? We've all had them. We've all had like a weird thought where we're like, ew, why did I think that? That's so bad.
Yeah.
Or like, you know what I mean? Um, and the main point about intrusive thoughts, and like this is coming from scholarly articles too, is that it's a thought that you wouldn't necessarily act upon. It's just a
Hmm.
thought that is like, that's a possibility.
Yeah.
Or I could do that if I really wanted to. If I just wanted to let myself go right now,
Yeah.
I could do that.
And we're commenting on it in like a silly way because some people do have like,
Well, I also too, like to the point of intrusive thoughts, um, not all intrusive thoughts are um are something to be shrugged off.
Mhm.
If you are feeling like a reoccurring intrusive thought is happening, or if it's taking you to this place, you should seek professional help,
Yeah.
because it might just be something that like you're dealing with. So,
Yeah.
um, as much as this is a fun topic, it's also a uh, shedding some light on it to
Mhm.
make you think about it a little bit.
Yeah.
So, um, Michaela Todd,
Yeah.
do you have like like kind of like a funny intrusive thought that you're like, if I did that, it would be so bad, but like,
Okay. So I've been driving a lot more lately, right?
okay, yes,
And when you start driving, especially in the city, you realize how stupid people are.
yeah,
And they just don't look where they're going. They think that they can just do whatever they want because that's what their life is like.
mm-hmm,
Um and like sometimes, when you're just like, "Oh, I almost hit them. But what if I did just hit them?" You know?
mm-hmm. What if I
Like a
forgot?
little nudge, like just a little nudge.
What if I
Like,
forgot where
what
the
if I just
break
what if
was?
I just caused a little damage to their new Tesla, you know?
Mm, yeah.
Yeah, it's the, like, swerving in and out or, like,
Ugh. Yeah.
um, thinking they can just merge whenever they want, like, almost hitting you. I'm like, "Ugh," you know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
not putting their signal on until they're basically in the lane already. I'm like, "Do you not think that people are around
I
you
know
right
you
now?"
didn't mirror check, shoulder check.
Right? Yes. You did not check your blind spot. So yeah, sometimes I'm like, "You know what? What would happen?" Okay, I'm
Yeah, what if
using
I
a
just did
Comunata, which
that?
I shouldn't have this on record. Comunata, I would never do this to you. But, like, I pay for insurance. Like, what would a little nudge do?
I mean,
It
they
would
did
make
cut
them
you
really
off,
mad.
right? I mean, if they swerved into you, that would be their
Yeah, what if I
fault.
just didn't stop?
Ooh, okay. Like as a driver, if somebody's like riding your ass, right? If they're like so close, and you're just like, what would happen if I just slammed on the brakes? That person would be at fault
Right?
because they shouldn't be
Anytime
following.
someone merges into your lane, it's their fault.
Yeah,
So, like, what if I just didn't see him? You know?
yeah.
Just gave him a little boop,
What if I
little
was
bump.
worried and I needed to slam on the brakes because I thought that I saw something in front of me,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I get that. I totally understand that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's as much as like well, I guess it would be an intrusive thought because like you wouldn't do it. Like
Yeah.
you would
No,
always
because you're like,
behave
yeah.
maturely. The fact of the matter is like if you did end up getting into an accident, that's a hell of a lot more paperwork and a hell of a lot more time than to deal with it than the amount of time it took for you to like get over it and get to your destination. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like you're probably not going to remember what that Tesla looked like
Yeah.
in a couple minutes.
True.
Yeah, I
What's
feel that.
what's what's something you have an intrusive thought about?
Okay, so this is like this one's really bad, okay? But when I'm in like the grocery store, okay, and I generally don't get a cart anymore, especially because like I don't want to carry groceries home, so I just
Yeah.
take a basket.
Mhm.
And when I'm like walking down the aisle to like get what I need, and there's people just like standing in the way and not acknowledging the fact that like I'm coming through and I need to like just let me squeeze by kind of thing. Like, you know how you can do like that kind of fake, like, oh, I'm sorry, and like move to the side. You don't
Yeah.
say I'm sorry, but like,
Yeah.
it's common courtesy just to let people get by you. When they don't do that, I just really want to like push them with two hands into the shelving. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
like when they're walking in front of me and they're like so slow, just like two hands on both shoulder blades and just shove. And it kind of makes me happy to think about it at first. And then I'm like, but there's security
I'm like, no, I can't do
cameras.
that.
But yeah, I,
Yeah.
that's one that is, I feel is like the most often that I'm just like, ugh. Um, yeah, really bad ones though that are uh, like we'll say standing on a balcony, right? And thinking to and like I'll think to myself like, is this high enough that it would actually kill me, or would it just like cause like traumatic damage.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that thought of like, could I do this and live?
I want to say no.
At any balcony
Yeah,
height,
yeah.
right? Like if you're, say if you're at someone's place and it's like 3 stories,
Mm,
right? It's like, I don't know, we'll say like 90 feet in the air. And you're like, but if I landed on that patch of grass, would it work? Could I
mm.
do it?
Could I?
I don't know.
Have you ever been on like a bus or like an airplane and someone's like flinging their hair in your like direction and they're like being annoying with their hair?
Ooh,
It's usually
no.
girls with long hair.
And they like flip their hair in your
Yeah, and they're
face.
just like, put your freaking hair in a bun, or like, not everything revolves around your hair flips. And just like wanting to cut it off.
Yeah, I could see
Just want to
that.
grab your ponytail and go,
Yeah.
what would you
Snip,
be without
snip.
your ponytail there, Sarah? Nothing.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I could, I've thought about that. Do you remember back in the day when like, men with man buns were having their hair chopped off by strangers in the street? Do you remember
Yeah.
that? I thought about it. I
Yeah.
was like, that looks terrible. Actually, there's a kid, a couple days ago. He had to be like 11 years old.
Mhm.
And he had like the nastiest little top ponytail. Like this, the sides of his head were shaved short,
Mhm.
but he had like long, greasy blonde hair that was in like a little ponytail, not a top knot. Like it was just like the rat tail that's like sitting down the back of his head.
Yeah.
And I was just like, if I had scissors, would I be able to like get his parents out of my way so that I could go and cut his?
But me as a parent, I'd be like, you are cutting this off.
Well, and then I started thinking about like, as a parent, to what degree do you let your kid like have their own identity, right? Because like
Yeah.
if it was my kid and they had that kind of hair, I'd be like, it's just hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's gonna make you feel like you're your own independent self in this moment in time, sure. But you know what? You're gonna be looking at pictures of yourself in the future being like, why did my mom or my dad ever let me have
But
that?
also, like, wouldn't this hairstyle be nice? Does that make you feel cute?
Right?
Maybe we should get that instead.
I'm talking my kids into faux hawks, 100%. Hondo P. Yeah. Um, I wonder at what point, and this has to be like a development type of thing. I would assume that it's like probably around the age of like 6, like when you start going into like kindergarten type of time, that when those intrusive thoughts start getting filtered and you stop acting on like impulse. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously something to do with development. I think it's like when you develop like your conscience kind of thing and like,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, like that voice inside your head
Hmm.
is like more of a conscience than like a we could do that,
Yeah.
or we are doing that. um because I was just thinking like walking past like a building and thinking or and seeing like a rock on the ground and just being like, I could throw that through the window right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
uh but like you're like, I would never do that. That is ridiculous.
Well, like when I was younger, I cut off all my hair and then also all my sister's hair. Like, um,
Twins.
like when was I like, this is a really good idea?
Mm. Yeah, why is it a good idea? I don't think that actually exists because I remember cutting my hair as a kid too.
Yeah.
Um, I just took scissors and like took the
I
bangs.
mean, unless it's just like I mean, for my hair, whatever. Like, if that's what you wanted in the moment, go
But
for
your
it.
sister,
But it's, yeah,
yeah,
like
was it your
she
younger
didn't,
sister,
yeah,
the one that posted the picture of you two going to the potty together? Yeah.
yeah. Like, when was I like, you're also getting this haircut?
You're gonna love
So we're gonna
this.
look the same.
Check
This is
this out.
great.
Check this out, sister. Yeah, because like, yeah, like I was saying, like as a kid, cutting my hair just sounded like a good idea one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I also like one day cut all the hair off of my Barbie dolls.
Yeah.
like, when was that a good idea? Because hair doesn't grow back.
Yeah.
And now you have bald Barbie dolls.
Bald Barbie dolls.
So,
Hey, represent.
like, cool, but they were all bald.
We love a bald Barbie. Just so you know.
And also, I think all my sisters were bald too.
Um, I think that has something to do with like knowing that something isn't permanent.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like this long hair can be removed. It's that like, I wonder what this would look like without it, and
Yeah.
just doing that. But
Yeah.
then not having the foresight to know that these Barbie dolls will not be able to grow the hair back,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
I think maybe that's when intrusive thoughts are shifted from impulsive thoughts, is when you now have foresight, or you now have like uh thoughts of repercussion, right?
Hmm. You can see from like all angles kind of thing. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's also too, it's like, um, you have insight into how if it's an intrusive thought about someone else too, you can like sympathize with them and like, oh, how would they
Yeah.
feel though, you know?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because like even as um like when people drink, right?
Hmm.
When people are drunk, they do a lot of stupid things.
Hmm.
And it's almost like because that foresight, or like that thoughtful clarity has kind of been silenced by the party animal that is inebriated inside your head.
Hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
I saw Avenue Q this weekend.
What's that?
It's a musical. My friend was in it.
Okay.
And at one point the Bad Ideas bears come out. It's like these two little fluffy bears and they're like, "Hey, you should get drunk."
You
And
should
they just
totally
like
drink
have
that
all these
whole
bad
bottle.
ideas. It's so funny.
I wish
They're
that
really
there
fun.
was like an actual Bad News Bears that would just like come out and like the angel and devil on your shoulder.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
But they were both bad idea. Like there wasn't a good idea bear. There were just two of them. They were
Well,
both bad.
I think bad ideas are a lot more persuasive, and that's probably why,
True.
right?
Yeah.
Like that's a really bad idea, but it could be fun,
Yeah.
right?
It was like there's one scene and they were like, you don't have a job, but like, did you get the check from your parents yet? And he's like, yeah, it's enough to like pay my rent. And they're like, but why don't you get a pack of beer? You need to treat yourself. And he's like, okay.
Okay. Aw. That's such a struggle. Aw.
But if you get a case, it's cheaper.
You're literally saving money.
Yeah.
That's so funny,
Hmm.
actually. Um, yeah. Okay, well, we covered my topic.
Yeah.
Um, intrusive thoughts.
Intrusive
I think I
thoughts.
learned something based off of that.
Yeah. What are your intrusive thoughts?
Yeah, let us
Tell
know.
us.
I want to know some dirt.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing? Are you ruining
What
lives
are you
out there?
feeling? Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, what about intrusive thoughts for like partners? Like, do you think your partner has intrusive thoughts about like when you're sleeping? You know what I mean?
Probably.
Like, I've always had like this like secret hidden fear that what if one day I've just like driven Fernando over the edge, where he just was like enough.
You haven't yet?
That's what I'm saying too. What the heck? Um, Patience of a saint. But like, what if one day he's just like wakes up at like 4:30 in the morning? We also watch a lot of true crime, so like this is kind of stemmed from there. But like, what if at like 4 o'clock in the morning he's just like, you know what? I did want the last slice of pizza, and that was like the breaking point, and he's just like cold-blooded murder. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or like frames me for something.
Ooh,
Like maybe puts
yeah.
like cocaine in my nostrils so that like I have cocaine on me, and then
I
like
would totally
it's a
frame you.
big, yeah,
Try
yeah,
getting out of this one, buddy.
buddy boy, you're going downtown, partner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Hmm.
I'm gonna let that thought leave my head now because that is
Fernando, he caught on to us.
yeah. Yeah.
Cancel the plan.
But even as like roommates too, right?
Sorry?
Even as roommates, like there's like there has to be a lot of trust to like
If I just like change the locks one day and I'm like, no, we never lived together.
you
Like, what
don't
if I
live
just got,
here.
I was like, Fernando, just go with it, okay? And I move everything out and I'm just like, who are you? No,
Like Michaela, we have pictures together.
no, I don't. And
You're
like,
like,
there's
my name's
nothing. There's no trace of me in your life at all.
you're like, my name's Bridget. Who's Michaela? I like Michaela, Michalatod. And you're like, that
I'm like, okay, you got it from the
my name's
building.
Bridget Anderson.
You got it from the directory code on the
Like that's not
thing.
even a real name. That's not even English. Stranger that I've never met that claims to live here. I make them, why do I have a key fob that gets me in the front door? Like, you got one made. That's
But the
literally,
whole apartment is different. Like I managed to do it in like a night.
oh yeah. Like maybe like you put a drywall in the den and like made the like my bedroom like actually like extended. I mean like that's not the layout. I don't know what you're talking about. You know, this is getting very conspiracy theory-ish, and I am not about that.
The plan will start tomorrow. Gaslight
Yes.
Mike.
Gaslight. Yeah, start gaslight. Project Gaslight. Cool. Is there anything else you want to talk about today?
I don't think so.
Don't think so. Um, this episode comes out on the 29th, so it's the end of the month. Get your rent in, people.
Oh, it is the end of the month.
Figure out that rent. And then the next episode is coming out in June. June what?
Okay, I don't know why I'm so confused, but
Time.
I guess I just assume every month has 29 days. And when I
Okay.
do the math, I'm like, that means next weekend is like the 6th or the 7th, right?
Okay.
But it's not. It's like next
Yeah.
weekend is only the 3rd.
True. Yeah. Next Monday is the 5th.
Yeah, like what the heck? I keep thinking everything is next week, but it's the week after.
You know what's really strange about kind of piggybacking on what you just said
Hmm.
is that I rarely ever remember the first couple days of a month.
Hmm.
I feel like the days that I remember in a month the most are like between 13 and 22.
Interesting.
Like those are the days of like when maybe it's when I'm starting to think about like starting the next month. Like maybe
Hmm.
that's when I'm in like renewal mode,
Yeah.
refresh mode. I don't know.
It's
But
crazy that like June's going to be over like so fast.
I know.
The summer is going to be over so fast.
I know.
It's
I'm really
going to be
excited
Christmas soon.
to,
It's going to be Christmas next week.
yeah. So start writing to Santa. Santa.
I'm going to start making a list of everything now. I'm going to get really on top of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna start my Christmas shopping. That's what I'm gonna
Ooh, do it.
do. Do you ever like buy Christmas presents so early that it's to the point where you're like you kind of just want to give it to them and like so this person has a gift in November and you're like why did I do that?
So that always happens with you. I get you something. I'm like, this will be for his birthday. And then I'm like, I'll just give it to you now.
You're like happy December 12th.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so funny.
And I'm like, crap, now I don't have a gift.
Mm.
Oh well.
Rats.
My presence is a gift.
This is true. That's why it's called a present.
Present. Yeah.
That's why it's called presents
Present.
because it's a gift.
Yeah.
What do they wait, what's the saying? It's like, don't think about the past because it's in the past and it's there for a reason. Don't think about the future because it hasn't happened yet.
Hmm.
And don't think about the presents because I didn't get you one. Okay. Michaela Todd, if people want to find you on social media, where are they going to find you?
You can find me at Michaela Todd, and that's MichaelaTodd. And Mike, where are they going to find you if they want to find you?
Well, first of all, that's cold hard proof that you are Michaela Todd and that you can't gaslight me. And if you would like to find me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and I think even on Twitch? No, not Twitch. Sorry, not yet. Soon. You can find me at M1C1515. That's Mike with a 1 as the I. 1515. And if you would like to find Michaela Todd and Michael Jenkins on the exact same channel at the exact same time, you can find us at OK Hear Me Out. That's OKAY. Hear Me Out. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Happy end of May.
Ugh.
End of May.
Yeah.
In a couple days, it's gonna be June. Does that still work? Can we do that?
Yeah.
All right. Bye. Kiss
Bye.